What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Listen, I'm bringing you guys another comparison, right? Two knives by the same freaking company. These are both cold steel knives. We have the cold steel pocket Bushman and we have the cold steel Voyager. Now, I'm not going to go through all the specs. It's pretty easy to see that the Voyager is just a little bit bigger by about 3 feet. Now, one thing, they both do have the same blade finish, which is really cool. I love that brushed look. I think it's awesome. They both have a nice deep finger well here in the handle. What separates these guys, besides size and besides handle material, is the locks. This has got their really famous strong spine lock, but this has got a rear lock. It's actually called a ram lock. This is called a tri-lock, I think it is. And they are both just phenomenal. I mean, Cold Steel makes the best locks in the business, bar none. Cold Steel makes the best locks on lockbacks, believe me when I say it, than any other company. Both are clip points. The difference in the steel of the blades is this one is German 4116. This one, oh wait, it says it right on there because I forgot. That's awesome. CTS BD1, duh. But awesome. So now I did videos on these almost recently. Both of these have an individual video on them. Go and look at each individual video so you can get the entire thing. If you're really interested in one of these knives, watch them both. You can figure it out. I'm going to show you some stuff. And what I did in this video that you're going to see is I actually just recorded some of the footage from those videos to pit them together. You know, I recorded some things that I can put as equal out into different things like sharpness and chopping and throwing and skinning, things like that. But in this video I'm going to do some more besides what I pre-recorded, right? So I've never done that before, but I figured, you know what, I already have the footage, why not use it? So it'll save a little bit of time, blah 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 blah. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a couple things with this knife and this knife and this knife and this knife, and then you're also going to see the stuff I already recorded, and you'll be able to put two and two together. And while you're doing all that adding, when you're bored, you know, trying to make all the numbers compute, hit that little subscribe button down there because it helps out. And I'm going to keep on throwing you guys knife videos. Throw me a bone, hit subscribe. If not, guys, I got a knife in my hand. You might want to help me out over here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start out by me saying I'm going to show you the video pieces like this. Okay, stay tuned because right now I'm going to show you those video pieces. Then right after that little video segment that I already have put together, I'm going to show you some things that I'm going to do together with these guys right now. All right, so stay tuned because right now you guys are going to watch a little video segment. Yay. All right, there we go. All right, so right here I'm showing you how the pocket Bushman right here by Cold Steel obviously was able to just quickly slice and dice through all that rubber. Woo, gone. And what about the Voyager? Does it slice and dice? It slices. Listen to Donnie B all day. He's telling you it's simple, simple, simple. Check this out. He's just going to open it. I said he, like it's not me. But we all know the truth. I am Donnie B all day. So check this out, man. These two knives are just so freaking sharp. So freaking wonderful. So now here you see with the Voyager, I did a little chop action, just free-handed it, swinging around, and you can see the chunks of wood literally flying off of what I'm doing here, off that little log. Let's check out what we did against some wood with the old Voyager. Alright, I said the Voyager, but y'all know damn well I meant the pocket Bushman. So with the pocket Bushman, what I did is I didn't do chopping per se, but what I did do is I banged it through a stick, which you're going to see right here. So Literally, I mean, guys, you see how easily and quickly it breezed through. These knives are just fantastic. How sharp are they? Let's take a look. Now, to show the pocket Bushman's edge ability, the edging, how sharp it is, all I did is I took it against some nice thick steak, and man, I'll tell you what, those slices, man, is this volume too high? I don't know, let's turn that down. So, I mean, I literally just put this blade against some meat, and I barely had to press. This thing just went through like it was its job. With the Voyager, I took it to a different extreme. I literally shaved my freaking neck with the Voyager. I mean, if I'm talking sharp for sharp, I don't know, there's not too many knives out there that are as sharp as that when it comes down to just the ability to shave. That was pretty sick. So now with both knives, I did a little skinning on the same ball, so it's the same material, so you're going to see the same thing. And you see how easy, I didn't even put my finger in the front of the blade for leverage. I literally just held the handle, gave it a full foregrip, and went through that thing like it wasn't even there. Alright, next it was for the pocket Bushman, and basically this is, I used more of a true grip for skinning, where I put my finger up front, and that thing, I mean, come on, these cold steel knives, guys, can you find a better knife company for making consistently great blades? I don't know. So eventually what I do is I take them out and I hit a couple loose branches, and with that one I was using the edge right there, and I do it again, I hit another one with the edge, but I work the spine too. I actually hit the spine against a few branches. You see that was with the edge right there. We get a good view on that, yada yada yada. Come on, Donnie B all day, shut up and get to work. So I think the next couple swings I actually use the spine, and I knocked down a couple branches, and it's the lock is not affected. It didn't close on my hand. Right here, there's some spine shots. Right, just knocking down a few small pieces, but the damn thing is just strong at every angle. So with the Voyager, I was pretty confident. This lock is pretty badass too. I mean, they're complete different locks, but they're both cold steel locks, which means they both work. This thing, I mean, I could hit that spine. We said spine at the same time, me and Donnie all day. But I could literally hit with the spine all day and not worry about my freaking hand get close. Alright, so I'm basically just repeating what I'm saying in the video. I should just be quiet. Damn! Alright, so it looks like here we have the throws. This one right here. The Voyager. Ding! Alright, next was the pocket Bushman. It actually took me a few tries to get this guy, but eventually I was able to find it. Let's see if I can't. Here we go. You can barely see it land because, well, it's dark. And look, oh hey, that's me in there. But it went, it stuck, it flew, it was nice. Alright, so how was that? Let me know in the comments if you think it's a bad idea or a good idea. I probably won't listen either way. What's going to happen now is I'm just going to catch on from where we started, same day obviously. I'm going to do a few things with both these guys that weren't necessarily in the video segments that I already gave you. So one thing you didn't see was the aluminum can slice with both of those knives. We're going to do it right now. We're going to start with the Voyager. And by crikey, that was simple. Now the Voyager is pretty easy because it's really long. So I don't really have to worry about where I hit it because I'm pretty much gonna get where I need every single time. This guy, while it's still big, it's still like a 4.5-inch blade. I just gotta make sure I hit it right to get all the way through, all right? And just like its big brother, the can didn't go anywhere. It stayed right there. The cut was beautiful. It's clean. It's awesome. It's cold steel. It's cold steel. They're both magnificent. They're both sharp. They both freaking work. Watch my finger press stop. Stop. All right, so I'm going to do something I've never done for you guys on video before because I never really thought about it. Taking a newspaper, putting it down here on some wood, and I'm just going to do a newspaper punch, boop, boop, and see how far each of these are going to sink in. We're going to start with the Pocket Bushman. And then we're going to go to the Voyager. Actually, you know what? Let me, so there's no, you know, because if I lift them both, oh my gosh, I really got that in there. All right, let's see that. All right, here we go. So we have a good full 1/2 inch of blade, and I didn't throw it with every bit of power I have. If I did that, you guys would feel the earthquake. So, but what I am doing is I'm giving it a pretty good amount of force just to get it through there. So now the Voyager, and that one feels like, actually it might have gone less, although it's a bigger blade, so who knows, maybe it went more. And actually it went the exact same, about a 1/2 inch through the newspaper. Not too bad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the newspaper one time, doubling the amount it has to go through. Since this is already in my hand, I will start with the Voyager, and we'll see if we can't get through double the paper. Yeah, we're going to call that a yes. Ugh. And it's funny because it went through about a 1/2 inch. Imagine that. So now we're going to go with the old Pocket Bushman. Let's see. And it went through about a 1/2 inch. So here's what we know. No matter how much paper you stab through with either of these knives, no matter what, you're going through about a 1/2 inch. Learned it. Let's keep going. All right, guys, so I got a couple of these 1/2 inch forest trees or 1 inch forest trees growing over my driveway. So basically what I want to do is I want to take them down. First things first, let's see if we can't use the Pocket Bushman to give this guy a little trim right here. Well, we're going to consider that a pass, because if it was a fail, you'd see me swearing and hacking away at this tree for the next 40 minutes to try to make it happen. So now we're going to use the Voyager, and again, it's a pass. So 1 inch forest trees, no problem. I'm going to hold them both together, and let's see if we can't make a little magic happen here. I want to line up the edges to where I might be able to get it together and see if I can't make a little chunk come out of there. Oh, what I did is I just made a nice groove. So let's try it. Let's try it again here. Let's knock away some of these here. All right, let's try that again. It's hard because when I swing, due to the way I'm holding them, they're just shifting in my hand. But let's try this again. Well, that seemed to work a-okay. All right, I got a little distracted. Someone was turning around in my driveway. All right, so not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby at all. Let's clean all this crap out of the driveway now. Basically, just kick it. Yeah! All right, we did it. We went through these guys. We put them through a little bit of testing. I showed you some old testing. We did a little new testing. Basically, what it comes down to is they're both going to perform great. They're both cold steel blades. They both are extremely strong, extremely sharp, extremely well made. I mean, I have nothing negative I could say about either of these knives. They're literally, you know, all that in a bag of chips. Chips. But basically, this video is for you guys to see. Maybe you were thinking about buying a lockback. You wanted one. You saw both. You didn't know which one to get. Well, I'll tell you what, a quicker deploying knife is going to be the Voyager. A better all-round survival knife might be, or camp knife might be, the pocket Bushman, just because you can pry more with it. But literally, I think what it's going to come down to is, do you want a bigger knife or do you want a smaller knife? And when I say smaller, that thing overall is still over 10 inches. So don't think the pocket Bushman is a baby knife. That's still a man-sized knife. But both of these things are extremely capable. They go through anything and everything you throw at them. They don't damage. I have 0 chips, 0 flaws, 0 bending, 0 dulling. The locks open just as easily as they did day one. These are some fantastic lockbacks. I have yet to find a cold steel lockback to fail me. I'm pretty sure somebody has. Somebody's gotten that lemon. But as far as what I have done, what I have used, what I have tested, I haven't had a bad knife come through the door yet. And these two right here, both of these knives are just phenomenal. The pocket Bushman, the little lanyard on there you want to keep on there because it helps with the pulling of the ram lock. So it's really cool, and basically it helps out because what you want to do is you throw that on a carabiner on your bag and you're good to go. And with the Voyager, even though it's as big as it is, you would think that it's not a good carry knife because of the size, but I'll tell you what, the extra large Espada is a great carry knife. It fits perfect in the pocket, and that thing is huge compared to the Voyager, and the Voyager is huge. So it's a very, very carryable knife. I mean, if you're in one of those states where you can get in a lot of trouble for carrying a blade, you might want to go smaller. You might want to go with a pocket Bushman. But literally, at this point, it comes down to what size knife do I want? And do I want a more of a, it's not a plastic, but it's a form of plastic, but it's really good handle in the Voyager, or do I want a smooth stainless? I mean, God, guys, it's almost impossible to say you should have this one but not this one. If it was me and I had to give up just one of these knives, if I absolutely had to, you're twisting my freaking arms and you're saying, Donnie B all day, we're sending you off to an island and you get to have just one. Holy crap, I know because of the size I'm going to get more chopping ability, more ability for bigger logs, for batoning with the Voyager. But there's something about the pocket Bushman that says I am the absolute ultimate camp knife. And while it's not as thick and it's not as long and it's not as big as the Voyager, if I had to say I can only have one, I would probably go with the pocket Bushman. That's just me though. You might be different. But again, this is a versus on my channel, not yours. So I get to make the call. Yeah, that was useless. So, anyway, guys, if you're really looking for one, grab either one. If you're looking for both, they are both really, really worth it. I freaking love them. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.